Hello, are you out there? It's Mark with a redo over, and we're back to Mewtwo episode. We're we're on the downhill slope here. Let's jump right into the infograph, histograph. This is us. This is the composite view of all of our stats. We'll just break it down real quick. So population, we're jumping ahead. It looks like the Borathi have the whole rest of the show as far as competition population-wise. If we could crack that nut, I think we'd be in great shape, but we could easily go for picking off the Nolam, even though they spread out over a very large area. Now, Alkari are just a skosh above the Nolam right now, but they only have a few planets. That might be the easiest way to charge into them without exposing ourselves too much to take the least amount of concentrated fleet, potentially. So let's take a look at fleet power. Alkari on the downhill. So I would guess maybe the Borathi have been punching him in the nose, building up that fleet and really taking it to the Alkari. Possibly Antarans attacked them and did a number on their fleet. I don't know. Question. And finally, tech. Alkari have the best tech relative to anyone else, but we're well above all of that. So I'm thinking Alkari are the way to go. So if we look at the galaxy map, we can see down here Phantos, Altair, and then Pippery is half already consumed by the Borathi. So I'd say the Borathi are the main antagonist going against the Alkari. I see here a couple of battleships for the Borathi. Another battleship for Borathi. And that's the Nolan fleet going after Altair. I say we go in, we take Altair right now. Now, are these Alkari fleets? Harassing Hut? Yes. So the Alkari are fighting back. But yeah, I say we take Altair, massive population. We'll jump to Phantos, and I think it's time to crush these nuts. Crush them nuts, as we say in the Mewtwo community. That's okay. By the way, I did put out a community poll to see what game to play next. Go in there, vote. Depending on which of those wins, then we can winnow down within that, like exactly the specifics of whatever game that's going to be. I don't know that I'll finish this today, but it's going to be finished real soon. So yeah, let's think of something else. So more, whatever. Do the poll, give it a thought if you care to. Yeah, so right now we have a lot of stuff going. We're just kind of building up infrastructure. I know we've got quite a few star bases going, and we got a lot of Astro Universities. But ultimately, we need a little more freighter fleet right now, I guess. I don't exactly know why that is. It's just never have enough freighter fleets. And we need to get more cruisers. So many cruisers. But yeah, let's get these guys sent back. This is a massive fleet we have around Mentar. Can we just send them straight into Altair in 7 turns? Yeah. Or we can go to Redis in 4 turns. Oh man, that nebula sucks. Gosh dang. Brutal. Yeah, let's send them there. And actually, let's send the A branch guy straight to Phantos. I don't know that they're going to be able to crush... No. Hold on. Let's see if we can drive off... Let's see if we can drive off the Nolams from the Altar space. Altar is definitely the best planet the Alkari have right now. So let's hit turn. We just finished a warp interdictor. Creates a warp destabilizing field around the star system in which it is built. Generates a field 2 parsecs in radius about the system that slows all enemy movement to 2 parsecs per turn. This essentially just lets you know, hey, there's an incoming fleet and you have 2 turns to do something about it. It's not bad. It's not bad, honestly. And we're sitting at the 2000 level, our final option here. We're going to go with the AMAT drive. Again, we don't need bombs. Bombs are almost exclusively for bombarding planets and destroying structures on planets, which in combat isn't a bad thing per se, but missiles do it fine. Here we go. Mentar's starving. Excellent. We got the a freighter fleet built, which took care of our freighter issue. We got a new salesman, spy, Robofac. Let's take a look at our spy situation real quick. Yeah, you know what? This isn't bad. We'll leave the Borathi with these great treaties because we don't need to go to war with them. Everyone else is eliminated, and we're non-aggression with Bortus and Sugaro Tai. Any notion how long that non-aggression is going to last? That's all right. We can wait till it expires, I guess, or cancel it maybe once our ships are in place. Okay, here we go. I see Alkari's moving. Oh my gosh. 2 destroyers and a frigate. Those poor bastards. They have no chance. So here's a single Nolan battleship. Look at this. We're going to get 3 worlds here, though. It will be tough fighting. Check this out. Their main homeworld, Alkari 3. Starbase, missile base, ground batteries, fighter garrison. All these planets have it. It's going to be a chore, but it's going to be so sweet once those planets are part of the Corp. You know what I'm saying? They join us. They're at the bottom of the pyramid, but they're going to make their way up to platinum, unobtainium level at some point, and they're going to be really, really happy about it. It's a good side hustle for their species. Robofactory, spy, ground batteries, freighter fleet, awesome. Let's keep it going. You know what? I'm going to send in all cruisers here because they have so much defensive capability. It might be a considerable challenge. We're not ready yet. A spy was taken out against Bordis. So the Nolan must have a hero, a leader that has an assassination attempt, probably sitting at like 6%, 9% per turn. And they're very consistently killing off our spies, which is fine. We can make more. We just made another one. Astro University and the Nolan and the Bulrathi are now at war. That's perfect. Hopefully we can get those Nolan ships the fudge out of our soon-to-be space. Hut fell, by the way. Check this out. Hold on. Robo-miner finished. Missile base finished. New spy. So we're getting those spies done really quickly. But you can see Hut did indeed fall. They stripped that away from the Mechlon. Freighter fleet is inbound. Gosh, I'll tell you what I need to do is I've been really neglecting the fleet buildup. If we sort by producing, our most expensive stuff will go at the top. You can see star bases are going to be coming through rapidly here, which is cool. We do want them. We want the command points. But in general, this all looks good. Food is at a reasonable surplus. Freighter fleet's at a reasonable surplus. Are there any planets that are struggling to get going? No, everyone has at least 2 population. I'll help these guys out with this Robo-miner plant right there. I like to get the Autofact Robo-miner built as quick as possible. Antimatter drive, capable of moving a ship 5 parsecs a turn. All ship drives are automatically upgraded when the technology is discovered. Beautiful. And antimatter torpedoes. Would we get that through spying, maybe? That's a little glitch in the system I've noticed, right? When you finish your category, it gives you any technology you have in the category. So, yeah, that's where it must come from. But these torpedoes are balls of antimatter that explode on contact. Yeah. With matter, obviously. They travel at a speed of 20 and inflict 25 points of damage and fire every other turn, I think as all torpedoes do. Alternating fire cycles. And we're at the 2750 tier of RP. Good stuff here, folks. Good stuff. But we need to stay with our RP. And in that case, as I'm looking at that, psionics is where we sit. Heightened intelligence would give us +1 research per scientist, but psionics is going to give us more spying. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're taking it. We'll read it once we complete it. That's the way, I think, to do it. Once you get it, you read it. All right, new spy. Radiation shield. Astro University, Robo-miner plant. Sweet. Fleets inbound. Another spy assassinated by Bordis. Astro University, Auto Lab. And Alkari and Bulrathi are at war. Weren't they already? No. Alkari, Nolan. So the Alkari are about to be at war with everyone. Honestly, they've already pulled their transport ships. Those aren't going to help them a lick. Yeah, I think, can we break that treaty? Let's do a audience. Or can I just do declare war? Wait. Hold on, no. Declare war? Declare war? Do you really wish to declare war? This won't take effect until next turn? Yeah, that's fine. Because here's the next turn. So we should be able to go to war with these guys now. With 10 cruisers. Let's crack their main planet first, folks. Let's do it. And let's do a quick scan here. Let's see what they've got. Scan. Check out the starbase. So, no Well, class 1 shields. None of the species in the galaxy ever got advanced shields. They've got Zortrium armor, though, which is incredibly tough. Their beam attack is at a plus 110. Beam defense is at a minus 5. Missile evasion 77. So it's middle of the ballpark there. Graviton beams, fusion beams, Xeon missiles, battle scanner, heavy armor, reinforced hull. So yeah, that's why their starbase is so damn tough. And then let's scan the planet. Missile base, ground battery, fighter garrison. Yeah, they're gonna lay into us pretty good here. We're gonna need more cruisers, I think. But yeah, ultimately, let's crack the starbase first. I would like most of our missile volleys to go into the starbase so we don't scour the planet of all life. It can happen when you're dumping thousands upon thousands of damage into a planet. We'll hit done. Here's the way we do this. So it's a little jumpy, as I've told you guys, the old game here. Just frame rate. So I do it like this, where I can see my fleet, where I'm going to jump to, and them. Looks like our weapons are hitting quite effectively, though. So their beam defense, we said, was a minus 5. And our beam attack is at a plus 55, which is not very good. So their starbase with that battle scanner hits like way better than our beams do. But probably plus 50%, if I had to guess. But we're both using the basic computer here. Plus 25 beam attack computer. So the difference is they have battle scanner. Yeah. But their beam defense, they have no defense against the beams. We're guaranteed to hit. It's a massive, relatively, I want to say stationary, but non-evasive, right? They can only move it like maybe to avoid debris in orbit around the planet. But it's moving because it's in orbit. But what's the word for it? Navigable? Okay, you guys know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. I don't know why I can't think of the word for being able to move a damn space station around. But they can. Here we go. Yeah, beams. Those are our auto fire railguns. Done. Yeah, but you see with this little method, it allows us to kind of see the action from both sides. Yo, those railguns are tearing in there. Damn, I love it. Hit done. Next ship. Boom. So the shields are completely crushed through. That was never going to be in question. And although that starbase is extremely durable, these missile volleys will eradicate it. Done. Ooh, there's another ship. Yeah, they're cutting through that armor pretty nicely at this point. I like that. Done. We'll jump our ship forward. Take another shot. Now, we may save our second volley of missiles for the planet directly on the next turn. Figuring this missile volley will be more than enough to take out the 1,400 points on the starbase, approximately. Yeah, armor structures, 720 each. And we have one more ship. Salesman 5. Boom. And then it's going to be their turn. Oh, dang. That mass driver hit hard, folks. Okay, done. Oof. Okay, those graviton beams tore into our ship with our leader, but we could take a couple of shots like that. If you look down here, we lost armor, we lost structure, and then these are our components, is the yellow. Yes. Okay, missiles are nearly impacting. So I'm going to definitely dump some salvos of missiles onto the planet at this point. Missiles away. Did that work? Yes. Now, I want to fire not our point defense at the starbase. I want to save the point defense for those incoming fighters here. Next ship. Oh, actually, I should have jumped him forward. Here we go. Well, maybe not. They're probably targeting their missiles at this ship and the fighters because it was our lead ship with our leader. So possibly by keeping them back, that was a better choice because it'll give them more time for us to do the rest of the damage. So let's take our nukes and fire on the planet. Let's then turn off our point defense and fire on the station. Again, reserving our point defense to auto-fire on these fighters when they get within range. Let's hit done. Oh, that's coming at us. Let's see if we can target that. There's 3 missiles there. We came up with a big donut. We did not hit anything. That's a bummer. Firing the missiles at the planet. And then finally, neutron blasters, mass drivers tearing into the station again. Hit done. Gosh, I would love to get in here and help this guy against this missile volley. Yeah, we can't touch him. I don't know why. That's well, I do know why. Their beam evasion is sufficient to stop us from hitting them. All right. Done. Next ship. God, we'll get right up on that. Let's see here. We're not even getting one of them. All right. Well, it is what it is. Another volley on the planet and another salvo against the star base. Done. And let's see here. We'll fire. Yeah, let's just keep going with the original plan. Those missiles are going to just wipe that starbase out. Done. Here we go. We'll move the fleet forward. I probably wouldn't auto command a larger fleet, but I just want to kind of illustrate how this battle goes. Just take a real good, tight look at it. The levels we're hitting at, some basic strategy as far as running the combats. I'm not saying this is all some advanced strategy or anything, but I like to illustrate how you can, in fact, disable certain weapons to make sure you're targeting some things or another. And actually, after this round, where we've selectively targeted where our missiles are going, the first volley against the starbase, the second volley against the planet, we might just go auto, let them go weapons free at that point, and just take out anything they want. Bringing this in. Boom, boom. Missiles to the planet. You have to understand, the computer's AI running our ships does not care who and what is left on the planetary surface. So, oh, did that work? Okay, here we go. Here's the missiles are going to impact that starbase, easy. And then you see they're starting to pound thousands upon thousands into the planet's surface. And let's go auto this time. We'll see if any of our point defense can work against these fighters. I'm glad I did put some missiles against the planet, actually, because that barrier shield is very effective against our beam weapons, really tamping down on the amount of damage. So I think we may have done ourselves a slight injustice. Only 6 buildings, 5 colonists, and 4 infantry survived. I had the feeling that was the Altaran's main planet, so I think we did some serious damage. Though it's possible some other species had hit them first. I don't know, but yeah, there's not much left there, folks. So sad. And there we are at war. Okay. This is them. They're not conquered. They're welcomed into the family, into the corporate hierarchy, somewhere very down at the bottom. But I think they're super happy to be here, folks. Let's have them start building RoboMiner, RoboFactory, and then colony bases. Oh, no. Yeah, we'll start with that. Because there's one other radiated planet we'll colonize here as soon as we finish conquering everyone else. And then as far as I'm aware, I don't think we lost a ship. I think all of our ships survived that fight. So that just gives you an idea. And then let's see what they're sending against Sagitta here. Troop transport, nice. And 2 destroyers and a frigate. Holy cows, you guys are in trouble. They're in trouble. Starbase. Starbase. So this is our only planet without a starbase. And it'll be done next turn. So you guys see that I do build up those defensive structures. And I know we've been talking a lot in the comments about bank ships, which is essentially a way to simulate a production bank on a planetary basis by having a very expensive item that you never finish, that you build into, and then when you want to actually build something on demand, you just move it ahead of the bank ship or bank item ship, and it makes it the next turn. So you could see in this case, some enemy fleets come into a system that has 3, 4, 5 planets that you are relatively new. They don't have a bunch of defenses built, and you go, oh man, we need to get a missile base built on all these planets immediately. And obviously, if your BC bank up here only has so much, you're only going to be able to make maybe one star base or one missile base on demand. But if each individual planet has a production bank, you could build essentially missile base, missile base, missile base, missile base, and just boom, 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 all in one round, instant defense popping up. I am not doing that. It's a great idea. It's just a little too meta for how it works. And I think for me personally, the game designers give you BC to make things rapidly. It's essentially to bring in, I guess the idea is that you're bringing in private industry to rapidly complete a project, is what that's meant to represent. And the cheapest that'll ever be is 2 BC per production. It's always meant to be slightly inefficient to having each place build it uniquely. But they very specifically did not give a bank, a production bank, to each individual planet. That's not a thing. They could have just done it. They could have just been like, yeah, up there when you have housing, you have trade production, you have bank industry. They could have just given you that third option. Just like, yeah, I don't need any of these other buildings right now, or I've done the queue. I'm just going to save up industry. Could have done that. Yeah. They didn't, though. So, at any rate, I don't think this little fleet is going to be able to crack even one of our star bases. And we will continue to invade the planets in the Altar system in our subsequent turns. Here we go. Yeah, let's crack the next nut. And let's just see here. Let's see if we are damaging the planetary surface. So here's Altair 2 has 8 pops. Altair 1 has 6 pops. So we'll go to Altair 2, 8 pops. Let's see who survives this fight. And we'll just go to auto. It should be over in 3 rounds. You can see they're very deliberately targeting the planet first this time, which I don't necessarily agree with, because that planet's radiation shield, I think, takes 5 base damage off of every beam attack. But they are sort of distributing the shots between the planet and the starbase, so they'll get through it. Let's see if we can actually... There's our starbase. Try and keep the mouse on there just so you can track the armor depletion and the structure depletion. It is hilarious that none of the species in the galaxy ever got past a class 1 shield that I can tell. So they're not very good shields. Class 1 shield is going to deduct 1 damage from every incoming weapon attack. Each beam, each missile, each torpedo. A class 5 shield would deduct 5 base damage. Now on your radiation shields for your planets, you're going to have a -5, a -10, and a -15 or 20. I don't remember, because there's a radiation shield, a middle shield, and then a planetary barrier shield, I think is what it's called. I don't have it all memorized. Oh, goodbye, starbase. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, planetary surface. Bye-bye. Oh, God. It's so much damage. Remember, 8 people. So this proves our point. We specifically said Altair 2 had 8 people. There are 6 left. So we did that much nuking that we really did severe damage to the surface. But we'll mind control them. They'll be happy. Radiation sickness will pass. Starbase done. Astro University. That's good, actually, because that is at the... Oh, no. Sagittarius is in there, though. Astro University, Cloning Center, Weather Controller, Astro University, as well as other stuff. I won't even go through it. And here are our newly recruited Alcarians. I don't think we need all of them to be farmers. That seems highly unnecessary. And we'll change them over to Robofac? Colony base? Colony base? No. That's odd. It didn't pluck that out of there. Yeah. Oh, no. Wait, we already have the other planet doing that. We don't need another colony base. We'll pull that out of there. Now let's go to the Stock Exchange, Starbase, Marine Barracks, yeah, Auto Lab. I don't know how far we're going to get into this. Return. There's that Starbase done. What else we want here, folks? Let's get some basic stuff. Research Lab, Spaceport, Robofac. Biosphere. Yeah, we'll leave it right there for now. Return. Those humans, they love being in our group. You know what I'm saying. They love it. I'm debating whether we could break up our fleet of cruisers into 2 groups of 5. But honestly, the durability... We don't want to lose any ships. So I like that we're not losing any ships. So we'll just keep going one planet at a time. I'm guessing Pippery over here. I'm guessing the Bulrathi will finish that off. Yeah, they've got a whole battleship. We'll see. They might be able to crack the rest of the Alkari, but we'll take Altair, Phantos, and Hut. We'll try and retire them here in this game today. And we do need to get more ships built, though. Come on, you guys. We need more ships. The Moray. Oh my gosh, that's going to be expensive. Oh, is that a bank ship? It is. That's a bank ship I've developed, just messing around. Let's go into our weather controllers. Moray's there. Yeah, I don't want the Moray. Salesman. Boom. We're going to... I mean, weather controllers are nice, but we're just going to... Oh, they can't build a salesman yet. I'll let them finish this other weather controller. A-Branch, yeah, we'll let them finish those weather controllers. There we go. So that's 2 more salesmen in the queue right after those weather controllers finish, because we do need to build up our fleet more. I think taking on the Bulrathi will be a real challenge. And here we go, combat at Eltar 1. They have 6 pop, or they did. I didn't really look that time. And we'll just run it through. I almost wish the game had a way for you to alternate between tactical and strategic combat. Not that I don't like watching the little fights play out, because I do. It is really fun. But we know what the outcome is going to be. We've seen this identical fight 3 times in a row here. But this would be the tactical combat, meaning you're seeing the individual pieces moving. Versus strategic combat is the computer just runs the numbers and just spits out an answer. Slightly quicker way to get the results. But it is really fun watching the beams hit and the sound effects. They did such a good job with differentiating the colors and types of beam weapons. Not that I recognize them all, but it just makes it unique. The way they fire, the sound effects, the rate. I love the autocannons there, the mass drivers, Gauss rifles. And when they're on auto fire, the fact that they fire 3 times in a row makes for a very effective weapon. Auto-fire Gauss cannons are sweet for point defense. We don't have Gauss cannons yet, I don't think. But... Ooh, yeah. Ooh, gosh. They rocked into our ship, but we're going to rock into their planetary surface with hundreds of nukes. Oh, goodbye. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. Holy shit. Did anyone survive that? Yeah, we only lost 1 colonist, so highly effective... The Alkari fleet attacked DeepMind LLC at Sagitta 3. This is their retribution against us. Okay, let's just do a quick scan here. Nothing on the planetary surface, which we didn't think we had. So our beam attack's at a plus 90, which is good. We should be able to hit their ships effectively, although they are small ships, so they'll be more nimble, evasive. Beam defense is a minus 5, missile evasion is 77. Zordium armor... Our starbase is extremely similar to the Alkari starbase, but their fleet is not similar to ours. They're firing phasers, which is no joke. A lot of point defense. Oh boy. That's, well, we'll see if we can take their missiles out of the air. And then, yeah, look, we reinforced hull, heavy armor, battle scanner, EMC jammer. Like, I think this is, aside from the weapons... the fact that we have phasers right now should really help us in this fight. I don't think they're going to have much of a chance without phasers, folks. No leader here. Beam attack is a 60. Beam defense is 110. Ooh. Missile evasion is only 50, though. So we may be able to slip those missiles in. But yeah, they're rocking 2 neutron blasters. The bombs I don't think will help. And the torps. 1 torp. Look at the structure here. 40 and 40 on that armor. Because they don't have any heavy armor reinforced hull, 40-40. They do have a leader, extremely high beam defense. But these in another leader, Thrush. Oh my gosh. They must have gotten all their fleets wiped out. But yeah, let's start with the weakest ship first, with the lowest beam defense right here. Total miss, which we thought could happen. Oh gosh. Can we finish them? Yeah. We want that leader out of there because the leader's bonuses could apply to other ships in the fleet. That's why we targeted more or less a helpless ship. So they're through our shields. Oh, that was our beam defense working away there. Oh, these poor bastards. Just run while you can, you idiots. You can see that we can't hit them. There they go. They're bugging out.
Legit at where the news comes first. A giant space hydra is being tracked entering the galaxy. It is unknown at this time which system it'll target, but the results will be devastating if it's not stopped.
That's how all newscasters talk. Here we go. Psionics. Allows you to create psychic beings of immense power. Spying bonuses are raised by +10. I think this is the best spies I've ever had in any game. Morale on all planets increased by 10% for dictatorships and imperium governments. That's us. We're dictators. Right? No, wait. Are we democracy? I can't remember. Oh, that would suck if we didn't get the bonus on that. Okay. That being said, we are at the 2750 level. The computer's not bad. The replicators. You know what I would like? Oh, Gauss can't. I want the shields, though. Some beefy shields. We would be the first people to get them. Let's do it. Let's get those beefy shields. Oh, and our spy got something. The Xeon missile carries a powerful explosive warhead capable of delivering 30 points of damage. Oof. And we got that from the Alkari. We're going to exterminate very soon. And here's our newly acquired co-workers. That's right. Jim, Sally. Hey, meeting in the break room at lunch today. Take care, guys. Here we go. But they need a Notifact. They need a Robofactory. Research labs. This is Starbase. There we go. Boom. It's kind of sad. Our BC has plummeted since all of our trade treaties went away. We can't even buy that auto factory for them, but they'll have it in 3 turns, so they're fine. Space Hydra. Crap. What are they going to do? Is that Space Hydra going to just annihilate our planets? Shit. Do we send the fleet? Okay, let's do this. We know that Hut was recently taken over. Do we dare break off 3 of our ships? Yeah. Let's send 3 ships to Hut. And let's send the remainder of the fleet to Sagitta. Remember, these ships should be backed up by the star bases at Sagitta. Can we get there? Yes, we'll get there at the same time as the Space Hydra. This will be a major battle, potentially. But, yeah, let's do it. I see our food production is getting pretty high, but we honestly can use a minor offset on our BC with that surplus food. Yeah. Wrath Ambassador.
It honors me every time we meet, dear Chut. Strength through diversity, Emperor Chut. Together we can both stand.
Yeah, Alliance. Rejecto. Rejecto defecto. Research lab, weather controller, robotic factory, marine barracks. Tons of good stuff. And we finished a spaceport. Oh, and our people are unhappy. Let's get that marine barracks going. Why are they unhappy? Where's my marine barracks? Why are they unhappy? Okay. Mixed races. Oh, this game was made in the 90s. Because you could not say that now. I didn't know. I just learned. I mean, I've been playing this game since it came out originally, you guys and gals. And I never realized that mixing the species together gave you a -20 morale. I had no clue. I swear. There you go. Okay. That sucks. How about a holo simulator? Should help with that problem. Can't believe it. That is hilarious and sad at the same time. But I get it. I get it. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I get why they get it. I don't personally get that, obviously. I don't want to be canceled. And, all right, here we go. Next turn. Hut. Yeah, look at undefended. We just take it. It's ours completely. High Council, we're going to skip through this here. We've seen this before. We are not going to vote for ourselves. We are going to abstain because we don't want to. We don't want to be in a community of galactic voting and stuff like that. And we we need people to be part of the company. The company is what matters, not peace in our time. That's not what we're after here, folks. Profit and mind control is what we're after. Hut Prime just incorporated. Here we go. Autofac. Geez, look at how much better off they're going to be with us under our protective umbrella. Look at how much better their lot in the galaxy is going to be in our corporation. These pathetic little creatures didn't even have an auto factory yet. That's what their old rulers, slave masters provided them. Wasn't even an auto factory. That's how ill-treated they were. But with us, they're going to get all the good stuff. Holo simulators, robotic factories, star bases for protection. Their lives are only going to get better once they're mind-controlled and consumed by our personality-devouring, telekinetic AI. Yeah. Here we go. They are sending in a small fleet of nothing to Hut. Oh, Hut doesn't exist anymore, baby. They're stuck in transit. When they show up, we will destroy their fleet. I wonder what alignment would you say we're playing here with this species, folks? Any guesses? All right, here we go. Space Hydra is coming in. This should be a fun fight. Holy F, that did so much damage. They didn't get through our structure yet, but they just did a wallop on us. Let's do a quick scan. I'm curious what a Space Hydra looks like here, folks. Beam attacks plus 50, beam defense is plus 30, missile evasion is 0. So we should be able to hit with our beam weapons. It just does plasma breaths and 1500 structure and energy absorbers. So for instance, missiles and torpedoes would be, I think, really effective against... I think an energy absorber may only work against beam weapons. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it too much here. Well, actually, let's try this. Let's beam attack it with the heavy phasers. And let's just see what it does. Heavy phasers did 69 damage, and then it absorbed a certain amount of that. I don't exactly know how much. And I'm not going to track the missiles independently. Let's just go auto on this. Yeah. Everyone's going to lay into it. Some of those weapons are doing almost nothing. Of course, it's got 1500 structure, which is a boatload. So when you're using BBs, relativistic speed BBs coming out of the railgun, that's probably what it is. By the way, when you think about railguns in... This should be it with these missiles. Yeah. A railgun in sci-fi, you think it's like a machine gun shooting projectiles, but if it's at point defense, because a lot of think of point defense, PD electromagnetic cannon, it would shoot just like small steel pellets. Steel because, probably stainless steel because it's not going to corrode easily when it's stored for years in hot and cold cycles, radiation, all that kind of stuff, potential moisture inside of a ship. So that's what I would use. It's extremely hard. It's not super dense. So you're going to be able to accelerate it to the velocity. Remember, 1/2 the mass times velocity squared equals kinetic energy. Now, what that means is if you double the mass of an object, by, say, making it, using a material that's twice as dense, you're going to double the damage. Double the mass, double the damage. But if you double the velocity, you quadruple the damage. So speed is king, not mass. So if you're trying to shoot down incoming missiles, imagine you've got a 20-foot long self-guided torpedo in space or missile. You're going to fire something probably the size of a grain of rice, but you're going to try and fire that sucker at 1,000th the speed of light, which is going to hit with the force of, I would imagine, hundreds of kilograms of explosive. It will hit like it is itself a 100-kilogram warhead, even though it's a grain of rice. It's just traveling that fast. And because they're so small, you can store a lot of them on your ship. You could fire them rapidly in a spread. You would just and just fire hundreds per second, I would guess, out of an electromagnetic railgun. No explosives needed, no expended shell casings. That's how you do it. Now, against an armored ship, think a big battleship that might be rocking extremely hardened alloys for armor that is centimeters thick, maybe meters thick on something like a Titan. those little grains of rice might not be able to punch through. They might pit the surface, vaporizing massive, divots in it. So at that point, you would have a proper single-shot railgun gun that's accelerating kilogram level projectiles that are going to hit with the force of a small atom bomb, essentially. So that's how I do it. There we go. And here we are. 3 cruisers. Their little fleet arrived, and we're going to attack their fleet and try and savagely destroy it. They might be able to run if we can't get on them quick enough. I would love to destroy our enemies, though. I would love for them to die horribly. Oh, they didn't run. Come on, guys, finish them. None of our beam weapons could hit? God dang it. Son of a beam. Okay, they got away. Spaceport, Marine Barracks, batteries, artifacts. It's looking pretty sweet here. Radiation shield finished. Let's get another salesman going. And then, yeah, we'll get back to working on some of this other infrastructure stuff. Infrastructure projects, that's what the corporation's all about here, folks. But yeah, we do need to build out that fleet. So that was pretty much everything the Alkari had. We defended Sagitta from the Space Hydra, and we're going to head back to Phantos. And we're going to have our fleet meet up at Phantos and finish cracking that egg. Class 5 shields. So protects the ship from physical and energy attacks, absorbs up to 25 times the ship's size in damage before failing, with each attack reduced by 5 points of damage. Regenerates 30% per combat turn. There you go. Next. We've only got a couple of options here. Geez, you know what? I think the Cybertronic computer is where it's at. That's going to help with our beam weapons, because as you know, they're not hitting very accurately at this stage of the game. So we do want to get that upgrade going. Robofac, Stock Exchange, Starbase completed. Where are we at on time? 42 minutes. We had a little more time here. We'll finish cracking the Alkari egg. So that Starbase is done on this mixed species colony. I want another salesman, though. Then we'll jump in with the Holo Simulator. We'll get some other basic stuff going. Oh, Robotic Factory. We'll want that. Auto Lab, Biosphere. Yeah, we're just throwing some stuff there. But we got the salesman going. Hit return. Old Bortus hasn't killed one of our spies in a while, which is nice. But we might want to just take a little quick look at the spy window. And yeah, let's get another salesman going here. Same logic. Then the Robotic Factory, Holo Simulator, Ground Batteries, Astro University, Missile Base, Warp Interdictor? Yeah, we might want to... Warp Interdictor is a great system-wide defensive unit. Yeah, I don't think anyone's got a chance against us. We're slowly building up our piggy bank. We're going to have to be a little more cautious with purchases, though, since our BC is so low. Bear in mind that we're at a 0% tax rate. If we were to take 10% of the production from empire-wide, from every single planet, it would net us an additional 54 BC a turn. And you see how we were completely substituting for a very high tax rate in the past simply by virtue of our trade treaties. But I'm not so concerned about BC production at this point. I think we're going to make that naval fleet, and we're going to just finish crushing our enemies. But I did want to look at races. Yeah, we have a massive spy pool. Look at that. We're sitting at 65% for spy agents right now. That's as high as I've ever personally gotten it. We got a research treaty with the Gnolum. That's hilarious. Can we throw more spies against the Gnolums? Yeah, let's steal from them too. I don't know if they have anything for us to get. And let's pluck a couple more off and throw them in against the poor Sugorotai Alkari. We've only got 6 defensive agents, but it should be more than enough with their 55 rating. So let's continue. Combat at Phantos. We gotta. Oh gosh, I almost did that combat with only 3 cruisers. We gotta wait for the rest of our fleet to get there, folks, because they do have a full build out at Phantos. Starbase, missile base, ground batteries, fighter garrison. I don't think it'll be a challenge. And I see Bortus got another one of our spies there. Here we go. All 10 cruisers against the frigate, the destroyer. This is the last of their leaders. This is kind of the last of them. But let's just auto fire. We'll wipe this up. I don't think we should lose a ship at all, hopefully. Fingers crossed. My coffee is so lukewarm. It's not even lukewarm, it's luke cold right now. All right, let's do some scanning. You notice our fleet's not even remotely targeting the hawk or the thrush with their leaders on board. And it's a bummer. I always target leaders first because, again, leaders' capabilities can sometimes, I think, work with the entire fleet they're engaged with. I think. It's not just for their ship. And if that's the case, then yeah, you'd want to take out those leaderships immediately to weaken everything else on their side of the equation of combat. But should all go very quickly here. God, we cannot hit that frigate to save our lives. Gosh, if their fighter swarm reaches our ship, they may take out one of our cruisers today. But our cruisers are pretty durable. The 1.5s have a lot of hit points. Gosh dang, that starbase is hanging in there. They haven't crushed our cruiser yet. Oh, that should have taken out a lot of missiles. Or our missiles heavily armored. So I guess because our missiles are heavily armored, they were able to fly through that warp field. This is good. Not that many missiles contacted the surface of the planet. Not that many. Quite a few. We're trying to punch through. Oh, yeah. Do you see how severe those fighters are? They do serious damage, folks. Serious damage. They might be able to net another cruiser before too much longer. We got it. So we lost 2 cruisers. That was a hard fight, for real. Mind control. Yes, please. You are tuned to GNN.
You're tuned to GNN, your source for all the news you need to know. The Alkari flag waves no more. No colonies or fleets remain of the Alkari Empire.
No, they don't. So, as we said, the Bulrathi took out Piperi. So, robotic factory finished, marine barracks, Astro University, missile base, and potentially other stuff. And here's our newly aligned Alkari. Don't worry, we got all of your fellows. You're all in the happy family now. No one got left behind. Robotic factory, sure. Research lab, sure. Ground battery, starbase, stock exchange, warp interdictor. Why not? You know, one thing I've never been clear on. Actually, I also wanted to throw a colony base in there. Hold on, colony base after the robotic factory. If you have 4 planets in a system and you were to queue up warp interdictor on all the planets, does it let you do that? Question mark. Let's try this. Let's go to Sagitta. Well, not that way. Colonies tab. I'm curious here. Sort by name. Let's go to Altair. We'll say 3 planets. I'm going to jump in and I'm going to do warp interdictor. Now I'm going to go to Altair 2. Warp interdictor. Would it let you build one on each colony? I guess that's backup, but man, that would be super. They don't stack, do they? Does anyone know? They don't stack. I guess it means if one colony were to be conquered and you still had another colony, you'd have a warp interdictor there as backup? Yeah, whatever. Let me know if anyone knows, because I don't know. There's little things like that I never paid that close of attention to. All right, here, let's pluck these guys out. We're going to keep maintain with essentially 2 farmers, 2 production, everyone else research. For this build, it seems to work reasonably well. We have massive plus 53 food production right now, which I think is helping us out a lot because see, our income's at a -8, but watch, if I pluck these guys off of food production, our income drops to a -18. So in a sense, our food production is kind of keeping us afloat. So let's try this. Let's get more farmers is a way. I don't know if this is really effective. I mean, essentially what we're doing is we're trading. We could just do a tax rate on all of our systems and just make our industry less effective. Or do you make up with it for surplus food? I'm sure there's a very, very easy way to do the mathematics and answer that question. And certainly we have species that are better and worse at farming on planets that are better and worse for farming. But I like it to look. I like it to look even. Why do I like it to look even? Because it's pretty. Yeah, it is pretty. It's aesthetically pleasing to the eye to have the columns be uniform, but also it makes it simple to manage if at a glance you can tell if something's out of balance at your planet. So right now you're sitting there going, all right, we got 3 farmers. By having all these farmers, we have a massive amount of surplus food that keeps our income balance, our books balanced. Then we have 2 producers on each planet so that they're building at a good steady rate without over polluting the planetary surface, because none of these species are tolerant to pollution. And then everyone else goes into research, because technology is the name of the game in Mu 2. That's your strategy. We could finish an autofac. We're not going to, though. Yeah, no, wait, those are so cheap. Listen, we don't have much in the way of BC reserve right now, but we don't need a lot. And again, we can always turn on our tax rate if we need to. Hit turn. Done. What? So it's the buildings we're completing are extremely expensive. That's why we're falling here. You know what? So we ultimately don't have a choice. We need to advance our tax rate to 10%. But that gives us a lot of padding. But we are starting to get into those warp interdictors, those astro universities. These are expensive buildings to maintain. And so there you go. All right. We're at 51 minutes. Let's take a quick look at that histograph. We'll jump in early here. Yeah, there you go, folks. It's kind of a game over. Let's check fleet, though. We lost the 2 ships. You see that there. But the Nolam are definitely who we're going to target next. Also, we don't have that trade treaty with the Nolam, so it actually makes sense. So let's take a look at their fleet. They got a battleship there. Cruiser. Battleship, cruiser, colony ship, transports. Interesting. We need a lot more salesmen. We need a lot more. I think the Nolam are strong enough to where they could crack one of our planets. Not crack it, but crack the defenses and conquer our system. So we say go in at Mechlon here. Sure, maybe we take Mechlon, but I could see their fleet streaming off to Sagitta or Netch or something and taking those planets back. Now, I think we would rapidly win that conflict because we don't have to rely on transport ships to invade and assimilate. We just get to absorb. So I think we would be able to out-attrit them in that sense. That's the wonderful thing about telepathic species. But it does mean you're sort of chasing your own tail a lot more because you're having to reconquer planets that you had already conquered or were already yours. So I want more fleet. I want a lot more fleet. We're sorted by production. Let's do this. Let's just throw salesmen ahead of the Morays. Let's see if we can use these bank ships to rapidly produce a salesman. I don't know how quickly we're going to get it, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the queue. That's not bad. And actually, let's pull these guys off of research now. Let's push it. Let's push it real good here, folks. Boom. What if we take all these researchers and we just dump them into production of this fleet? Knowing that we've more or less won the technology game already, and that our enemies will never get ahead of us because our spies are so superior, we'll just steal whatever technology they happen to come across. And we'll build these ships as rapidly as possible. So let's just cycle through turns here for the remaining time, getting these ships ready to go, and that'll set us up for the final invasion of the Nolam on the next session. So turn, salesman, cloning centers, another spy, turn.
It is again your turn to be crushed beneath the great force that is the Terran army.
Army? Wow, are you guys gonna send Marines in on us? Your scientists have completed their research in cybertronics. A completely automated research facility generates 30... we already had the auto lab because one of our leaders got it for us. Yes. Or one of the other species got a leader that had auto lab and then we stole it from them. That's probably how we got it. Here we go. Cybertronic computer. Learns and adapts using a neural net similar to a biological brain. Equipped on all ships, it has a 100% chance to hit with beam weapons. Yeah, that's one of the best computers in the game, folks. Attack bonuses are eliminated if the computer is damaged or destroyed. Now, that doesn't mean we need to get into refitting, but here we are. We're at the final tier of 2750 RP, food replicators, transporters. I think transporters might be a little more fun, potentially. Let's do that. And a bunch of stuff is finishing. Stock exchanges, salesmen, space academies, stock exchanges. And here come the Antarans, a single frigate? At this stage of the game, they're sending one frigate against us. I mean, I shouldn't complain. I think I think we can defeat them with our bazillion missile ships. I mean, my goodness. Interesting. Interesting that they're choosing to do this, but that's fine. And let's take a look at our leaders. We may need to reassign, actually. Potentially, ships officers. No? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Let's get him off that salesman 1.4B onto a proper modern salesman. Yeah, I'm fiddling around too much here. Let's just go. Antaran fleet attacks the colony. I'm just gonna... Well, let's do a scan just to look at an Antaran frigate. Beam attack plus 155. Beam defense plus 120. We will not hit them with our beam weapons. Missile evasion 85%. Our missiles will hit. Zentronium armor is giving him a 40-40. That is on a frigate with no heavy armor, no reinforced hull. 2 particle beams, 1 neutron bomb, which they'd eagerly use against our planet. No shields. Antarans never use shields. On their larger ships, though, they will have hardened shields, I believe, but not on the frigate. But yeah, damper field, quantum detonator, EMC jammer, and auto attack. Here we go. Oh, geez, that guy did hit. Interesting. Oh, wait. I'm trying to... Yeah, I want to be able to see him. Let's go auto fire, though. Dang it. I wanted to be able to see the bars for the frigate, but it's not letting me do that. We got him, though. We got him. Wait. Oh, yeah, we're barely putting a dent in that. We've done like 2 points of damage. Is that what that is? Okay, sorry. We'll just finish this off. The missiles will get the job done. I'm not sweating that. Of course, he's going to quantum detonate on us, but I don't think it'll be enough to take out any of our ships. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Okay. Oh, Commodore Kittrell? Kytrell, the privateer. Helmsman, navigator, weaponry, famous trader. It's pretty good. Yeah. Not terrible. Better than what we had. So, yeah, let's hire him. We didn't have him before, did we? I know we dismissed some leaders. I think they're pretty solid, though. Spy assassinated by Bortus again. Robot factory salesman. All sorts of good stuff. Let's go to our leaders. Let's jump into our officer pool here. Let's find an available salesman. And let's get Kytrell in there. 5 turns. Done. So, yeah, we got a lot of helmsmen, a lot of navigators, weaponry, some famousness, some mega wealth, different stuff. It's all good. Turn. I don't even need to read over all this for you guys. Let's get another salesman going, and then we'll help him out some other stuff. Auto lab, stock exchange, radiation shield, marine barracks, Astro University. Boom. Return. And we're going to keep grouping our fleets together. And I am keeping an eye here on the Nolam. I wonder if the Nolam and the Bulrathi are currently at war? Because the Nolan fleet is no joke. It's not massive. Let's go to take a quick report on Bortus. No active spies, no wars, so they are at peace. They'll be at peace with themselves soon. Here we go. Let's keep spying on them. Let's overload, try and get a little more research plucked away from them. Our scientists have learned much from your people, Chut. Thank you for the research treaty. You're welcome. Fighter garrison, biospheres. Next turn. Spaceport, another salesman completed. Yeah, so I'm debating whether we'll take part of our fleet. We know that we need about 10 cruisers to take on Alkari world loaded with defensive structures. But I'm thinking I would like to maybe take 5-6 of our cruisers to Bulin or Sagitta, the likely targets of the Nolam, based off where their fleet's posture. And then we take the remaining fleet and we start at Mechlon, which is not their homeworld, but was the Meklar homeworld, to be a good planet. Then we move to Plastrum and we kind of move through uniformly to Kartar and then up and through. Do it that way. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's all looking good. Oh, wow, we have a bunch of Mores in the queue. Should we let those finish? No, I don't think those are really good ships. I think those were kind of joke ships, yeah. we just made them to house missiles to make their cost reasonably expensive. I don't even know if it's the most expensive we could do, but we are going to bump the salesman fleet up ahead of all of these and really get a massive fleet at this point. Why not? Boom. And finally, boom. Our Space Navy is going to get massive. Massive, massive. And we have... Well, we will run out of command points. We will. We don't have that many command points. But let's take a look real quick at our star bases. Do we have star bases finishing? Yes. There's several more in the queue, which will help expand that BC overhead. Breakthrough there on the transporter allows a ship to move Marines to an enemy ship at a range of 12 squares as long as the shield facing the ship is down. Can be used to drop bombs on planet up to 12 squares away. Awesome. We are at the... We're going to wrap up right here, folks. We're at 1 hour, but we're at the 3,500 tier. So let's just choose our technology, and we'll call it a week until next Sunday. Yeah, we'll do it again. But vote. Vote on that little thingy for what game we want next. We can do more of this, no problem. Conquer the Stars, Master of Orion 1 or 3. I would play it. I don't know them, but I can get them off of Steam. I'm happy to make the little purchase, and I can learn. You guys can tell me how to do it because I don't know. I got Stellaris. Got some, whatever. Any 4X game, I would imagine, is what we're interested in. So let me know. It could be conquering a world. It could be space. 4X, I'd say, is where we should stick in the wheelhouse, though. Let me know. Okay, RP level. RP. Cloaking device, heart shield, stasis field. None of this really plays into our RP build. Yeah, it doesn't. Cloaking device I wouldn't use. I mean, hard shield, stasis field. Let's go with just production. Deep core mine? Do we care about pollution? Not really. I mean, deep core mine is nice because it gives you a massive amount of production. Deep core waste dumps allows you to get rid of all pollution. It's like the super most effective pollution remover. Do we need it? Yeah, I think our production's high enough. Let's get the core waste dump because essentially when we really load up on production, we're losing 20, 30, 40% of our production to waste. And with the core waste up, I think you can get rid of all other pollution processing equipment and thus really reduce your maintenance potentially. I think you can go in once you have this and delete the others off your planet potentially. So core waste up is probably going to be the best option for us right now. And Auri wants to be hired by us. No, we got the core waste dumps coming. Environmentalist is useless once you have core waste dump technology. So reject. Remember, we still have 1 leader slot. That's going to be it, folks. If you watched, thank you so much. I'm going to save, and I will see you on the next one.